Last weekend, me and 400 of my closest friends got together just south of Austin in Buda, Texas for an event. It was family-friendly, entertaining, and had a positive message for the community. The source of all this might surprise you. Pro Wrestling Texas. On a Friday night in the middle of May, I ended up catching up with these guys at Pinballz Kingdom in Buda. It's a place where you can reliably see them every 4 to 5 weeks. Despite being a newly formed wrestling promotion, the founders, as well as many of their athletes, are far from unknown. Dane is one of 3 co-founders of Pro Wrestling Texas, but he also holds another title, NWA Heavyweight Champion.
Oh man, it's a dream come true. I mean, I'm the NWA World Champion. It's the legacy behind that title. Some of my personal favorites are guys like Steve Corino, AJ Styles, Rob Conway, Kojima, Tenzan, a gentleman by the name of Adam Pearce, who now is with WWE in their training program, actually training wrestlers. Those are more modern day guys that didn't quite get the recognition that the Steamboats and the Flairs and those guys. Just trying to do my part to uphold the legacy of that title.
Anyone familiar with Austin and the surrounding areas will realize that Buda is kind of an unlikely host to this pool of talented athletes. Co-founder and half of the former ROH Tag Team Champions, Raymond Rowe, explained to me what excites him about Pro Wrestling Texas.
This allows me to get into the community. When I go to Ring of Honor, like I'll be in New York City tomorrow, and I literally fly into the airport, I go to the hotel, I go to the show, I might do like an autograph signing beforehand, I might do some meet and greet stuff afterwards, but I go back to the hotel, I go on to the next city. There's no interaction with the people, you know what I mean? Like I'll see people face to face and we'll talk and, you know, and be able to talk a little bit. But there are people who have been coming to every single show we've done here. They're families that we're getting to know. We're doing a benefit show next month for somebody that we met 6 months ago. It's someone who was at our very first anti-bully rally has walked the path. His house burned down like the day before Mother's Day. They lost everything. So his principal reached out to us and we've been in contact with that family, and next month on June 18th we're going to do a benefit show for that family. At the end of the night we're going to hand them a big check and be able to hopefully make a difference in their life.
After talking to Dane and Rowe for just a few minutes, it was immediately apparent that though they happily discuss their outstanding achievements, their focus is on giving back. Their anti-bullying and anti-drug campaign, Walk the Path, aims to provide present accessible heroes and role models to the youth of the community.
In a lot of cases, professional wrestling, especially at the independent level, gets a bad name in some instances, whether it be the hardcore stuff, guys not being trained properly, a lot of foul language, maybe some overtly sexual stuff that you may see. And we didn't really want to go that route. We wanted it to be family friendly because we started an organization called Walk the Path, which is an anti-bully, anti-drug, and anti-underage drinking foundation that we started here in Hays, Texas, and we're rolling that out throughout the state of Texas and then hopefully nationally. But we can't be anti-bully, anti-drug, family-friendly with our foundation and then turn around and have a wrestling show that contradicts everything that we're trying to do with the foundation. So we had to marry the two together. So when we were able to marry the two together, it just made more sense.
This is something that people are really latching onto. Like this has only started in the last probably 6-7 months, and it is just, it's exploding faster than we knew it was. You know, I'm going up to Ohio and I'm going to do an anti-bully rally up there pretty soon. I know Jax has got stuff lined up in Tennessee as well, so it's definitely something that's taking hold. It's a passion project for us. We've been talking about it for a couple of years. We finally got it in the right spot with the right team, and it's something that we feel can really make an impact.
When I head out to film these about awesome experiences, I know I'm doing something off the beaten path, but generally I have an idea of how things are going to go. For this event, I was expecting to show up, be entertained, get some footage, and head home, but the take-home message that I went away with ended up being so much more important than I could have imagined. Having already laid a successful foundation, these guys are looking to the future.
Continuing to grow and expand. We're really putting roots down in Buda. Pinballz is a great partner. They work with us really, really well. They're really flexible with us. We're really flexible with them. We're going to grow. In the next year, we're going to start running shows in Katy as well. There's been some talks about possibly bringing it to Dallas and Santa Marcos, San Antonio on that as well. So we might branch out and be doing 3 or 4 of these events per month. But you know, South Austin is our home, and we're always going to be here every 4 to 5 weeks.
Our goal is to push attendance upwards of 1,500 to 2,000. I mean, we had a great start on that tonight, but what we've really seen happen over the past 90 days, I would say, is the ability that we have to reach out into the community. I mean, we've done some sponsorships with some Little League baseball teams, which is important. We've been to several of the local schools here, giving anti-bully rallies, anti-drug rallies. That's equally as important to us. What started maybe with one vision of becoming the top independent wrestling promotion in the state specifically, but our focus is starting to shift a little bit because we see the impact we can have here in the local community. But we have the ability to change a lot of lives, and sometimes your path starts out in one direction and it changes as the journey continues. So it's hard to say a year from now, but as long as we keep doing what we're doing, I think we'll be successful.
The night I was there had about 400 people, and that's just in their first 6 months. Jax was even nice enough to let me take a picture with him in his championship. If you're interested in attending one of these events, check out Pro Wrestling Texas on their Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram.